Hello friends, this is Rudolf from Germany speaking. This is the 9th video and today's subject is how do extraterrestrials travel from one galaxy to the next. I told you in the last video that the use of UFOs for long distance travel is not possible. They are too slow. They are very useful for transporting heavy objects from one place to the next very speedily on Earth, as well as to some closer planets if necessary. But the use of these slow vehicles is impossible to go further out into the galaxy and also to reach our home planet. To do this, we have to use something which converts matter into mind, matter into spirit. With other words, matter and mind is in substance anyway the same, just it has different vibrations. We know all this, but the only way to move from one planet to the next is to achieve this, and once you achieve this, you are free to travel wherever you want. For this travel there are two necessities. First, to be accessible. You need something which is called a porthole, which is a low magnetism area with a very, very tiny spot in the middle, which has no magnetism at all. There are many different ones hidden around the planet and also around other planets. You have to know where these portholes are, and you have to have the ability to access these portholes. The access of the porthole can be done by intensively increasing the magnetism inside of a spot of your being. And this spot is right here between the eyes. It's called, in general terms, the third eye. This third eye is not unknown to humankind, has been used for traveling in the past, many, many thousands of years ago, and most people have lost the ability to access the power of the third eye over the years, over the centuries. So the ones from our race are naturally able to use completely the power of the third eye to immensely increase the magnetism onto this particular spot through a special exercise. And then, once they know where these portholes are, which also called in physics wormholes, I think it was Einstein who spoke first about it, but it was never been proven that they exist, but they do, to access these wormholes by having enough magnetism piled up right here in order to connect to this particular wormhole. Once you can do this, once you did it, it's a very easy way to go through it in a split second and arrive on the other end at the planet or at the dimension you want to arrive, because planets are nothing but dimensions which materialized, and there are millions of dimensions wherever in every shape, and there are dimensions, they're very close to ours. You can switch one dimension to the next and you are in the same room and you're the same person but just slightly different, or you're in another galaxy. That's not a problem. But this power you have to create, and this is created by when you take practically there where the jaw, the upper and the lower jaw connected, you build a triangle to the third eye, and through a specific exercise, which I might speak about later, you can create a very, very intense magnetism which can physically be felt. And with this intense magnetism and a map of portholes, which you have to spend some time right in front or above it, you are able to go to these places where we are coming from. This is the way we travel, and it is a very crude and rather simple and primitive way to use UFOs. It's still higher developed than our planes which we see every day here for the visible eye on our planet, but it's still just another means of transportation. The real way of moving through the galaxies can only be by transforming matter into mind and then re-establishing yourself on the other side in a way which can adapt easily to whatever atmospheres exist on the other side. And this is actually a rough explanation, which I could go into much more detail, a rough explanation of how we travel. And that's also the reason we can appear on any given place, maybe in the corner somewhere in this dark street corner, and then all of a sudden we are just there in between other people, walk with them for a while, talk with them for a while, and then we say bye-bye and goes just around the corner and we disappear. And if these people would look around the corner, they don't find us anymore, and then they wonder and say, yeah, maybe he went the other way, or he went into a doorway or something. Just for just a little explanation, and this is basically the same method if you go from one city to the next or one galaxy to the next. The time, the effort and time which it takes is the same, because it's just a switching from one dimension to the next, you can say. And well, that's so far a little bit of this, and this will basically explain to you that there are UFOs, but that the real travel of us individuals are done in a different way. This is Rudolf from Germany, and I wish you all a beautiful day. Until next time. Bye-bye.